We often hear about compassion, but have you truly understood what compassion is in Buddhism and why it is so important in our lives? Compassion is not just love, care, or sharing. It is a profound mental state that helps us overcome suffering and difficulties in life. Compassion is understanding and empathizing with the pain of others, as well as forgiving ourselves. It is the way we live in peace and happiness, not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. Compassion arises from a deep understanding of human suffering. When you view life with a compassionate perspective, you will realize that no one is perfect, and we all have our own pain and challenges. But if we can learn to understand and empathize with others, we can share and alleviate their suffering. Compassion is not just about feeling sympathy. It also includes actions to help, share, and do good for others. Compassion is a way of life that transforms not only the lives of others, but also ourselves, leading us toward a higher state of being. So how can we practice compassion in our daily lives? Start with the smallest actions. You can begin by taking the time to listen to others without judgment or rushing to offer advice. Sometimes, just a hug, a word of comfort, or a simple act of care is enough to warm someone's heart. Compassion does not always require grand gestures. Often, it is the small, simple things that matter the most. More importantly, compassion is not just for others, but also for yourself. Love yourself, take care of your health, so that you can help others in the best way possible. When you nurture yourself with compassion, you become more capable of extending that same kindness and understanding to those around you. When you face difficult situations in life, instead of reacting with anger or anxiety, try practicing compassion. Instead of seeking fault, try to view the situation with more understanding. When compassion guides your actions, you will feel lighter and more capable of overcoming any challenge. This does not mean ignoring wrongs or injustices, but learning to forgive, let go, and not let negative emotions dominate your life. Compassion enables you to approach every situation with a calm and peaceful mind, which will help you make wiser decisions in times of crisis. A small story about compassion can illustrate this better. It tells of a poor man living in a remote village. Every day, he would help people passing by, whether it was something small like giving a bowl of rice or helping the sick. Everyone in the village knew him, but no one understood why he did this. One day, a wealthy man from the city asked him, "Why do you help others without expecting anything in return?" The man simply smiled and replied, "Because I know that every act of compassion, no matter how small, makes the world a better place." And from that moment on, the wealthy man began to change his perspective on life and also started practicing compassion. The story shows us that even the smallest act of kindness has the power to change lives and inspire others to do the same. Compassion not only brings happiness to others, but also helps us find peace within ourselves. When you practice compassion, you will notice that your worries and frustrations begin to fade away. This does not mean that everything becomes easier, but rather that you learn to face challenges with calmness and optimism. You will no longer be bound by anger or hatred, and instead, you will experience freedom and tranquility in your soul. Compassion helps you develop a deeper understanding of life, knowing that suffering is inevitable. But how we respond to it can determine our peace of mind. Compassion can also help you resolve conflicts in life. We cannot avoid all conflicts or disagreements, but how we face these situations determines the quality of our lives. If you can approach others with a compassionate heart, you will find it easier to forgive and resolve issues peacefully without allowing negative emotions to control your actions. This is the power of compassion. It can turn conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding, instead of creating division and resentment. Buddhism teaches that liberation is not a destination, but a journey. When you live with compassion, you will no longer be caught up in anger, worry, or suffering. You will attain peace in your heart, and that is true liberation. Practicing compassion helps you free yourself from the bindings of desire, anger, and ignorance, and from there, you will live a life of happiness, freedom, and peace. Compassion is not just about feeling for others, but also about taking action to create a positive impact in the world. Finally, compassion is not something distant or abstract, but a practice that can begin in everyday life. Every small act of compassion can create significant changes, not only for you, but also for those around you. Start by listening to others, sharing love, and helping those in need. And most importantly, love yourself. When you care for your soul and body, you will have the strength to continue doing good for this world. Compassion is the key to unlocking a life full of peace, happiness, and fulfillment. Buddhism is not just a theory. It is practical wisdom that helps us live happily and peacefully. Let compassion become the light that guides you in your life. Let each step you take in compassion lead you to peace, happiness, and liberation. Compassion is the foundation of a meaningful life. A life filled with kindness, understanding, and a sense of connectedness with all beings. By practicing compassion, you can transform not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you, creating a ripple effect of positive change that can heal the world.